What's going on, everybody? It's Apocalypse Phoenix with another video, and the dogs are loving it. They barking in joy. So what's going on? I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Doing a little bit more live this year. Seeing how how that goes. I just feel kind of weird doing it, but I appreciate everybody that's checking out the video. I appreciate everybody that's watching me right now live, and I appreciate everybody that's going to be checking out the videos as I post them out there. So I got a couple of videos here. The first video is going to be about Methylene Blue. It just came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere, bro. I keep my ear to the health industry. I keep my ear to what's coming out. I'm constantly reading articles, watching videos, seeing what's going on in the health world. And there was nothing there was nothing about Methylene Blue until just about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Now all of a sudden, RFK is taking it. This guy's doing it. All these people have this product is going out there. All this research behind it, but I've never heard of it. Put down in the comments if you've heard of it. Who's heard of Methylene Blue before about 2 weeks ago? Like real talk, real talk. And where did you hear about it? What did they say about it? How long have they been taking it? Like, I want some real answers because what I found out in the health world, just like in most of the world, in the retail world, most people just want you to buy their crap. They will be okay with putting crap out, and they'll be okay with you taking it and getting no results. That's the health industry. There's a lot of people like that. They will just take your money and they will offer you the world. They will offer you healing. They will offer you great benefits. You'll get none of that, and they will go to sleep at night like a baby. They don't care. There are a lot of people in that health world like that, and it took me a while to realize that. And that was the only way I realized it took time. I noticed like, what, hey, it's blueberry season again. Like then now it's dragon fruit season again. Now it's kiwi again. Take this exotic. Oh, we got this supplement. Every couple of months it's the new superfood. But I just realized again after being in it for like 10 years, it's like every 3 to 5 years they just recycle. They're just recycling. Oh, here's blueberries again. Again, here's dragon fruit. Here's star fruit. Oh, like they just keep doing these things because I guess people, hey, this is the cool new thing. Oh, it's not the cool new thing. Well, we need a cool new thing again. And then after a while, they just rerun it because it's a whole new kind of generation, whole new set of people getting it. Oh, what's this health world and all this good stuff? And they're like, bam, they're just recycling all this stuff again. But let's look into Methylene Blue again. I've just heard about it, and this is going to be watching my first video. I've heard a few things about it, but I haven't watched the full video, so this will be the first time watching a full video about Methylene Blue with you guys. Let's get into the video. And if you do like this video, remember to hit the like button, the subscribe button, the join button, the share button, all the good buttons. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Boom! What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com.
Tiger Fitness.
Video on Methylene Blue. Now, Methylene Blue is a food dye, but it has implications in a ton of things. Now, I was hearing about Methylene Blue all over the place on, believe it or not, X. That's right. Formerly known as Twitter. Like, whatever, dude. People are.
And that's what got me. It's a food dye, which when you look at the food dyes, there's different kind. There's the natural kind of food dye, and then there's the just the chemical kind of food dye. Like they can make a dye out of a flower. They can make a dye out of like bug body parts. I've read that. Again, look at what they're putting in your food. But just because it says, red dye number 40, like what is that? Look at what it is. Again, sometimes it's a natural substance they're using, or sometimes it's a natural substance that's gross that they're using, and sometimes it's a chemical that's just totally made up and bad for you. So this is a food dye.
Their thing, don't care. So I kept watching things. And then, long story short, I'm watching a video of RFK on a flight, and he takes this dropper and he's putting it in his mouth or in a glass or something. I'm like, it's really, really blue. And it's like, oh my goodness, RFK is taking methylene blue. And that's when I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And then
All right. What I've learned about it so far is you can't just put it from the dropper into your mouth. Your tongue will be blue for hours. It could be that he already had a pre-mixed solution diluted, and then he put that in the dropper so he can just do and not have to worry about the blue mouth, the Smurf mouth. Um, but again, there you go.
my buddy who owns peptidepro.io, he came out with a methylene blue. And that's a source I trust. I'm honest, I didn't trust the sources. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy this,
Again,
give it a whirl.
Who was into methylene blue? Like, how long ago were they into this? Why weren't they telling other people back then? Now there's all these products out there. Oh, he got the best source product. This guy got the best source product. No, I got the best source methylene blue. Again, what the hell is it? Best sourced from where? Like, answers these questions. You guys are just like throwing out a bunch of answers that just create more questions, and you're not answering those questions.
And let's see what happens. So here's what I buy. Here's the box. It's called Power Blue. Yeah, come on, focus. There we go.
There you go. There's the
Focus.
sales. Hey,
That's
buy
what focus on
this.
me.
Buy
Oh,
this right
camera,
now.
rocking it. But anyway. So
And
like,
look, here's the thing about all of this stuff too. Not saying that it's gonna be bad for you, but a lot of times the benefits are so minimal that the prices you're paying for these um, supplements, it's not worth it. You could just eat an extra apple or a day. Put some extra broccoli and a turnip. You know, once, twice a week, and you're getting what you're paying like $80 for. You could just add an apple and a turnip to your meal every week, and you would get the benefits you're getting from paying $80 a month for a bottle of some stuff. So you have to do your own research when it comes to these things. You know, my first kind of when I heard it's like methylene blue and RFK Jr. is taking it, and my first thing was like, oh, where do I get it? I need it right now. I've heard it, the benefits are awesome. Oh, benefits! Oh, great, great, great. But then again, I was like, oh, hold on, look at there I am again, caught up in that glitz and glamour of, oh, it's the new thing, it's the new thing. Like, hold on, I don't even know what it is, and I already want to like give me my money. We're throwing money at them. Like, hold on, hold on, hold on. Will I get the same benefit from just again taking, just adding like a minimal amount of a vegetable and a fruit to my diet, and that would actually do the same thing that taking this methylene blue would do. I gotta find this stuff out because I've been duped so many times, and so now when I just do my research, it's like a lot of the stuff you don't really need. A lot of stuff you don't really need. It might be cool to have, hey, every season, every 3 months, yeah, try a new supplement just because you just want to try something new. You can pay a bunch of money, but for it, you're only doing it for one product, and it's once every 3-4 months. Just try to see, find something that does actually work for you personally. Because if you find something that works, then stick with it. Why do you gotta switch? And if you do notice that maybe, hey, after 3-4 months, I kind of plateau on these things, and that's why I'm switching. Well, then at least you know the science behind it. Every time you take a new product, you're gonna feel these benefits. It's like, whoa, all right, energy. But after 3-4 months, your body kind of gets used to it, and it's like, all right, that same amount doesn't do the same thing. I'm not gonna go start taking more of it because that doesn't give me a benefit. I'm just wasting. So yeah, maybe I can switch over to a different supplement just so I can feel that again. But you're not caught up in the hype of just spending your money just because somebody's telling you something. You're in control of what you're trying and buying, and you're testing results, see what works best for you, so that you can find something you can stick with, and you don't have to keep trying these crazes and all this crazy stuff. Because again, a lot of these people they just want to take your money, and they're fine with you getting minimal or no benefit.
This dude, so I started taking it. I
And the
started
reason
with
they'll
one
tell you, and
drop.
the reason they say,
I put it
look, and the
right in my mouth
reason
because it will stain everything. Do
and the
not get
reason
this on.
they're okay with you getting minimal or no benefit is because they'll say you should have done the research. You should have checked this out before you went and spent all your money on it. You should have looked at this and looked at that. You have to be a informed consumer. They'll put it on you. If you're like, oh my gosh, didn't work and I was just spending all my money and it actually hurt me. They'll be like, well, you should have done more research on it. It's your fault, which it is. But when they're promising you the world, like sometimes you get caught up in it, you know what I'm saying? But the due diligence is always going to be on you because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. And so the blame will come back on you. Unless they're a woke company and you got a good lawyer. Because I just heard about this black lady that sued Equinox Gym because they fired her. She was late 72 times, a bunch of times. It was somewhere around that time. It was within a 10-month period. She was late. They fired her. She said that they fired her because they were racist. She won like 10, $11 million, bro. So it could happen. You could win millions of dollars. But if you don't want to, stake your life on that, on suing somebody and getting millions of dollars, do your due diligence before taking supplements.
Anything, definitely don't get it on clothing. Don't even put it in the front of your mouth, or maybe mix it with water. But it is extremely blue, and I'm gonna tell you what happens
What was I
because of
saying?
it, which is
You got to dilute it. So again, RFK Jr. he had to have some bit, had it pre-diluted, and so
pretty
that's why he's taking it, just like that.
pretty weird. But nonetheless, so I started it, and I noticed, all right, this could be placebo. Let me keep rocking this, right? And then I keep taking it, and I increase. You don't want to overdo it. Like too much
And
can
the
be.
placebo effect, again, it's what happens with a lot of these supplements. You hear about all their amazing benefits. You want to go just get your hands on it, start taking it, and it's not really doing anything because you believe in the product so much. Your body is actually giving you the energy and all that stuff. Placebo effect. It's not really doing anything, but you're feeling positive effects because of your body, because you believe in it so much. But then again, after a month or something like that, that could wear away, and you'll be like, hey, what happened to all that energy and stuff that I had? What happened to those great sleeps I was getting? I'm not getting that anymore. It could have been just because you believed in it so much, because you believed the hype, that you gave yourself a placebo effect, which again is why you got to do some research on these things. Give yourself some time. Don't just be like, oh, I took it the first week. It's amazing. It works. Ah! Like, I know everything about this product. You've been taking it for a week. Give yourself 1 month to 3 months, and then start, hey, now that I've taken it, I do still have energy more than I had. It's not as much as when I started, but it is more than where I was at. And so I do believe that this does have a long lasting effect of giving you, helping you with more energy and a deeper sleep. Like time will tell all things. Time reveals all truths.
Toxic with anything, right? So I started, then I moved up to 2 drops 2 times a day. Now I'm at 2 drops 3 times a day, usually right when I wake up, afternoon, and then early afternoon around like 3, 4 o'clock. And that's my
Look,
dosing. So 6 total drops
look,
a
and
day.
this is the other thing with these supplements. Like, who has time to be doing that every single day? I can get up in the morning and I can take something, and at night, I have it by my bed or right by the fridge, where I'm gonna go by before I go to bed, and then I can, take some medication. But it's like I gotta take it in the morning, then I gotta stop what I'm doing in the middle of the day and take it, and then I gotta make sure if it's like with food, without food, and then I've gotta do it at the end of the day, like 3 times a day for how long? Again, for how long? Am I taking this for the rest of my life? So for 3 times a day for the rest of my life, where's my dropper? Where's my dropper? Oh, and then where's my little my little thingy, my nose thingy? And then where's my little? Oh, I gotta do this for my hair. Like all this crap. You're just doing all of this crap. Again, getting minimal benefits, waste of time, waste of money. When a 20 more minutes of exercise and eating a little more healthy would give you those same benefits and even more benefits because you're going outside. Now you're getting more sun, more vitamin D, your hair is growing back. Like being natural, just living a healthy life will give you all of these benefits. But you're trying to live a crappy life. You're eating chicken nuggets, you're not exercising, you're drinking alcohol, and then you hear about these benefits and you want to go take it. And it's like, oh, I feel great. You're still drinking, but it's like, oh, this stuff is great. I can drink all I want and still take the methylene blue, and it's like, oh, my mind is so all there, and it's so awesome. How long can that happen? How long can you really be drinking alcohol and still having a positive mind effect? Alcohol kills your brain. It's not going to last. That's what I say. You got to give yourself time and you have to live a healthy life. Living a healthy life will just mitigate you having to take a bunch of these damn supplements. Eat healthy, exercise, take a daily one a day vitamin. You're freaking good. Get enough sleep, drink enough water. You're good. You don't have to go spending a bunch of money on all this crap. Actually, buying chicken, some steak, and a bunch of vegetables and fruit, that is cheap. You are not spending a lot of money on groceries. But it's when you buy the cereal and the pre-made that and the Pop-Tart and the microwave this and the microwave that and the pre-made that and the box stuff of this and the box stuff of that. You know, all these kind of foods that are preserved, packed with preservatives and chemicals, that makes your bill go through the roof, and then you're wondering why you're unhealthy. Stick to chicken, beef, pork, and a lot of vegetables. Anything that's a box pre-made, get it out of your house. Buy fresh vegetables, buy fresh fruit, and buy meat, and you will be good. You will be good. You will be eating good. You'll be eating healthy. You'll feel better than you ever felt. You will lose a bunch of weight. You guys don't need a bunch of this crap, man. Again, cool to try supplement every here and again. But again, do the research, know what you're getting into, know how long you're going to be using it. Okay, guys, you got to think about this stuff, man. That's why I'm doing this video. I don't want to see you just
So it's
throwing
about
away your
60
money.
milligrams. It's 10 milligrams per drop.
Throwing away your money on crap that
And
you don't
boy,
need.
has it changed a lot. I've noticed that when I do go to sleep, it's deeper. I've noticed that everybody around me got sick. My kids, my wife. And here's the kicker. I was traveling on multiple flights 7 out of 9 days in the past 2 weeks. Like I've been flying like a mofo.
Look, that's cool, bro. Guess what? I haven't gotten sick in about 10 years. I got the flu once for like a day and a half, maybe. So I'll take that back. 10 years. It's probably been like, no, actually, it's been 10 years now. It was 10 years before that. I haven't been sick. I get allergies. Then I take a 1 a day allergy and gone in like 3, 4 days. But I haven't been sick other than getting the flu. And that's because like it was 10 of us. We all went on a New Year's Eve trip to Santa Cruz. And, we're staying in the same hotel, sleeping, back to leg, head to toe, like, and like that. So there's a lot of breathing going on. I was next to somebody that had the flu. I was right next to them. And so I had the flu. And it took a whole day. I got it when we were leaving after being there that whole night. We spent New Year's there, New Year's night. And then that next day we got up, hung out at the beach, and then we left in the evening. And then in the evening, I started feeling like, whoa, I'm not feeling too good. and then I took like a cold tablet, and I felt better by the time I got home. Went to sleep, woke up the next day, still feeling a little tired. Um, Took, like I said, another cold pill. You know, like a NyQuil day thing. Help with the symptoms. Rested that day. Boom. Well, I was back healthy again, and that's just because I eat healthy. I don't drink. I exercise. I take walks. Hikes, things like that. Stay active. And because I do those things, my immune system it's up there. It's tough. It's strong. It's fighting off all these weak ass little germs and everything. It can't see me. When you eat well, when you exercise, when you live healthy, stuff can't see you, bro. You can't see you. Um, so again, so it makes a supplement a cool little extra additive that you can take whenever you want to, and yeah, you get a boost of energy, you get a boost of deeper sleep and stuff for a little while. Those things are dope. Those things are all cool, but you don't have to rely on them. Like you don't have to. You don't need them in your life. Regular fruits and vegetables, meats, sleeping, water, taking little walks, getting outside, getting some sunshine, getting your blood moving, your heart pumping. That's all you need, man. That's all you really need. And like a one a day vitamin. That's all you really need.
No
So you can try this methylene
jet
blue.
lag. Because what happens is
You
after
can
I
try
land, as
it,
soon as I land, I
but
take this out of my little man
don't spend your
purse
money on
and I
it
put
and
three
just
drops
plan
right on
on taking
right in
it
the back of my tongue, and it's like boom, I'm there. And then in the new
for a limited time. So it'll save you a lot of money. Don't go buy the most expensive. Don't go buying the cheapest either. Find you a nice priced brand of this stuff. Try it out. If you feel some benefits, awesome. Don't go raving and ranting about it on the internet. Give yourself 1 to 3 months. After that, then go raving and ranting about all the benefits you got, and you can really tell people and help them out with true advice that is real, not just you spouting out what you heard in the commercial. And because you've been taking it for a few days, you got to be the expert about it now. You know, we got to get back to common sense and slowing things down, taking our time, so that we give you the right information.
time
All
zone, I wake up and boom, I take my methylene blue.
right,
And I
I'm done
noticed
over
that
this.
my
I'm done.
cognition is
All
better.
he's doing,
I'm thinking clear. I'm focused. I got to do this whole I got to enter this
I,
data.
moving on to the next video. All he's doing is he's just doing a commercial for this product. That's all he's doing here.
So this is
I'm
for
done.
people as well if you're struggling with gum health.
And this video here blew my mind. This lady saying you can reverse a cavity. I've never heard this in my whole life. I've heard a tooth can fall out and you can put it back in. I, heard that when I was a kid, thought that was cool. I've never heard about reversing a cavity. Why? would have been on that, bro, when I was a kid. Like, if you can rinse some stuff or put some stuff on your mouth and sit there for a little while and, like, take that cavity away, I would have been on it. Mom, here. Don't take me to the damn dentist so you can drill out all my goddamn teeth. And I look like a pirate because I got silver lining all up in my teeth, bottom up. Yeah, my fault as a kid not brushing my teeth. But again, this information would have been helpful, and it still is helpful, which is why I'm bringing it to you right now, man. Let's see. Let me see if there's any comments. Got anybody in the comment section? What's good? What's good? Come on, man. Hey, got two live on Rumble. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my Rumble peeps? What's cracking? And let's see. I'm over here on Kick. Got anybody on Kick? Got one viewer on Kick. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, man. So let's get into this again. Reversing a cavity. Did you know you could do this? Put some in the comments, man. I've never heard of this until I saw this video.
Particularly for people who are trying to repair or prevent cavities. Stop injuring your teeth. You are basically
What?
putting your teeth at risk. It is
What?
possible to protect your teeth.
What?
You just have to think it out.
Well, tell me what's
You
up,
may have
lady.
questions about cavities. And today in this video, I want to talk about
Yes, I do.
why you get cavities and how we have 3 really simple and affordable ways
I think we know.
to protect yourself from cavities.
We know how we get cavities. We're eating sugary, acidic things and not brushing our teeth. You know, the biggest thing is possibly like you only brushing your teeth one time a day. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, and that's it. You don't brush them in the middle of the day, which who the heck does? But you don't brush them at night, which that's what most people do. Brush in the day, brush at night. It's pretty much all you need because, you know, of course, you wake up, it's just kind of a thing. You brush your teeth. You weren't eating in the nighttime or anything, but you just want to start the day off fresh. You brush your teeth, and then you brush your teeth at night because you were eating throughout the day. And so you want to get that stuff out of there, right? You want to clean out the gums and get all that crap out. So you brush your teeth at night. Good oral health. It helps out a lot. Ever since I started, you know, maybe like 3 years ago, I was like, I'm brushing my teeth at night. Like, forget this crap, you know. Keep going to the dentist. They're like, hey, you need to floss. You need to brush more. Hey, you need to You need to floss. You need to brush more. Hey, you need to floss. You need to brush more. I just got tired of hearing it. So I'm brushing 2 times a day, damn it, and flossing at least 1 time a week. I try at least. Um, but if you can manage to brush morning and night and floss 1 to 2 times a week, your oral health will be on a level, you know, on par with like dentists with nobody does that. Hardly anybody does that. Takes care of their mouth like that. And so if you were to do that, you would feel so much better. Your mouth would just feel so much better. You'd take more control over your overall health because a lot of our overall body health does start with oral health. Another thing you don't hear a lot about that's super important to us. Like imagine you don't take care of your teeth, your mouth, you're getting cavities and stinky breath and things like that. Your gums are starting to mess up. It affects your memory. It affects your gut health. It affects your immune system. So you can be sick more. You'd be forgetting things more because you don't brush your teeth because you're not taking care of your teeth. That is crazy how much it actually affects us. So we need to take care of our mouth. And you can kind of see that it's possible by them not telling us the truth, the real truth about how much we need to take care of our mouth. That it's kind of just like, hey, let them rot out their teeth so they can be dumb and dementia when they're older. Like that's the stuff that can happen by not taking care of your teeth. And then where does that leave you? You are controllable. You are a controllable puppet that they can now literally by your teeth guide you around and make you do what they want you to do. Take what medications that they want you to be taking, which they could be possibly just like, you're a guinea pig. Here, try this, take this, put that on your teeth. Like, I don't know, we'll see. You know, you could just be a guinea pig because you're not taking care of your teeth, and they got stuff to try out on you, bro. Ooh, like, take care of your teeth, man. Brush your teeth.
Them forming and even help you to reverse them if you already have a cavity or you've been told you have a cavity in a tooth. So as a dentist, I always gave my patients the opportunity to reverse a cavity. You may have heard of people reversing cavities. I felt it was really important because if we could reverse a cavity and avoid a filling, that is a huge advantage.
You know, like, why isn't this going viral, bro? What the hell? Who wants to reverse a cavity? Who would have reversed the cavity when you were a kid? Or even an adult? Bruh.
Body and everybody. The problem with a filling is it doesn't address why you got the cavity. A filling doesn't
Yes.
solve the problem. It is like
Yeah.
a band-aid on the top of a wound.
Ha.
We want to know why that cavity happened. What I teach people
Not brushing your
is
teeth.
cavities are a long
Eating
process.
crappy
They are a
food.
process of the teeth
Not
gradually
flossing.
softening, disintegrating, and turning into this hole or cavity. Now,
Ugh.
during that process of softening,
You gotta really think about that. Like, what is going on when something that's hard becomes soft and hollow? Like, what the heck is going on? Literal, like, acid eating away at your teeth, man. We gotta watch what we're putting in our mouth, man.
and actually harden it up, get rid of the infection, and rebuild
Yeah,
the
you
tooth
gotta
with natural
keep them
minerals that are
teeth
in your
hard.
mouth. So how do we do it? What are these three easy, simple things that anybody can
Yes,
do?
get to the point,
If you
lady.
have a cavity, or if you simply want to prevent them from forming. Well, the first thing is to realize that every time you eat, every time you drink anything, you are thinning the liquid in your mouth, you're thinning its consistency, and you are basically putting your teeth at risk either for a loss of minerals or for minerals to actually exit your teeth in a huge, quick burst. And that occurs when we eat meals, because if the meals have any kind of
What?
acidity, they are potentially going to pull, almost like a vacuum on the outside of your tooth.
Okay,
If
okay.
you're eating, say, a grapefruit or a lemon, or you're drinking a lemonade, this is going to pull minerals, literally pull them out of your teeth. It's a process of chelation with your saliva. We don't need to go into all the chemistry.
Wow.
But it pulls
Wow.
minerals out of your teeth. If
Wow.
you eat anything sugary, it feeds bacteria that, in essence, do the same kind of thing. They create acids, and these acids immediately, you haven't got time to go brush your teeth or clean your teeth or clean them before you eat. This is going to occur. So instead of getting worked up about what you're eating or what you're drinking, eat and drink and be happy. And
Be
at
merry.
the end of that eating
I
and
like
drinking
that.
period, which ideally you want to keep to about 30 to 60 minutes maximum. And what you need to do now is stop eating and drinking, and therefore stop injuring your teeth.
Wow.
And ideally, if you can
Okay.
rinse your mouth with some water, and I say rinse.
Okay, so snacking throughout the day is going to be bad for your teeth because you're not allowing that, like I said, release of minerals or the feeding of the bacteria that's making the acid. So you have to just give up yourself a pause, like having a snack there and make sure you're like working and every hour just so it's like a constant just attack on your teeth is what she's saying. We're not allowing time of periods of not eating, not drinking anything, so our teeth can just be like, all right, I'm fortified. But we keep throwing things in our mouth, and so it's causing just things to, like I said, keep attacking the teeth. Okay, I get that. You know, you don't got to be eating all the damn time. It's why fasting is a big thing. Intermittent fasting throughout the day. Either you get up and you have something and then you fast in the day, or you get up, you drink some water or something, and then you fast and then you eat. Those are both kind of cool ways of intermittent fasting throughout the day that can help out your teeth.
Just swish it a little bit about
A little bit of water
before you
after you
drink
eat.
it down. You're not necessarily spitting it out. You're just washing your mouth
Just
with
a little rinse
water
after you eat with the
or
water.
some other safe liquid. And a safe liquid would be something like whole milk, which
Whole
is
milk.
very good for teeth.
Ooh,
It's full of
ooh.
calcium and the phosphates that teeth like. So
Ooh.
A glass of whole milk or a little bit of whole milk at the end of a meal would be really helpful. Similarly, an unsweetened yogurt, even though it's somewhat acidic, has the
Yogurt.
calcium and the phosphates, and it would be protective of your teeth. So I think, depending on the foods that you like the best, the 5 ideal foods to end your meal, I would say cheese is always an easy one.
Ooh.
Salty nuts are usually around in most people's snack break rooms. You can get some salty nuts. And then obviously water is a good way
Water.
to wash your teeth clean.
Water.
Milk
Water.
would be another one. If
Milk.
you have the opportunity to get whole milk, you could end your meal with some milk.
Milk.
And ideally, of course, the one that I love the most is xylitol. Because
Xylitol.
does even more.
Xylitol. I like
Helps to
xylitol.
feed the good bacteria in your mouth while you are not eating and
I like
drinking.
xylitol. It's found in some gums. Again, you got to watch out because they'll put xylitol in some gum, but then there's a bunch of other crap in there you don't need for your teeth. And then there's good gum that has xylitol and not the other crap. But, again, do your research. Make sure you're getting a good product. But water, xylitol because it gives back. Milk also is good because it gives back. Water is neutral. It just protects your teeth. It saves your teeth. It doesn't give, but it doesn't take away. So water, milk, xylitol, cheese, and salty nuts, baby.
After the meal. It's actually promoting better oral health after your meal than you had before it. The second thing that xylitol does is it stimulates a special flow of saliva into your mouth. It doesn't just wait for the saliva to come into your mouth, which it will do at the end of a meal, but xylitol has a hygroscopic pull. It means it literally reels the saliva into your mouth, and that saliva.
All right. Which is saying like a moist mouth is a good mouth. You want your saliva to be active in your mouth, on your teeth, on your gums. It's actually protecting it. When you have a dry mouth, it's kind of like there's no protection for your teeth and your gums. They're like kind of open to the elements, you would say. But having that moisture, that saliva, which saliva is more than just water, it's a bunch of things, it's protecting the teeth. So having a moist mouth is going to be a better mouth. You don't want that dry mouth, that hot mouth, which comes with that hot breath. Um, Again, which if you find yourself having a kind of a dry mouth, or maybe you haven't spoken in a while, you've been at work doing something, and you're like, ooh. Either way, dry mouth or that hot mouth because you've just been sitting, haven't been talking. A little sip of water. As you said, just drink it down, and your breath is fresh again. It's revitalized. You got that saliva, uh, what covering your teeth now. This is good stuff, man. This is primo information here, bro. Life changing because you could be having a cavity right now, and you're like, I gotta go to the dentist. But here comes this information, and now you can see it if it works for yourself, which I believe it does. I've heard all of this information before, just not all together like this. So it's amazing. But you could be, like I said, taking some xylitol gum, doing these things, rinsing after you eat. So again, uh, not eating for hours, so your teeth can actually heal itself. You could actually turn back a cavity, and then you could tell like your kids and your family members what they have to do so that we don't again have these mouths filled with this silver crap, and we're taking better care of ourselves because we're watching out for our mouth. It's only going to help us out. It's only going to be net positive.
Because it's pulled there by the xylitol is going to be more densely packed with minerals than if it had just flowed into your mouth. Anyone who is struggling to repair a cavity, anyone who's been told they have a cavity and they really, really want to get rid of this, if you give yourself a period of about 3 to 6 months and make sure You're doing all your eating and drinking in these little packaged periods of time, followed by a tooth protective food or drink of some kind, and then have some xylitol. Xylitol in
Ooh.
any form will work. You can get xylitol in a granular form in most countries. And you just take a fifth of a teaspoon or tiny little bit and
Mm.
put it in the center of your mouth.
Ooh.
I know you guys have had.
I think I think I know a place where I could get some. You know, I live in Fresno, California. There's a place called the Tower District, and there's a little store called Tower Health. They have everything, and they have it for the greatest prices. They're up to ship. Check them out. Tower Health Store. Tower Health Store. Yeah. We just always call it Tower Health, but it's Tower District Health Store. Find it, check it out, give them a call. If they have a website, go on the website. It's real kind of old school, so I don't even know if they have a website, but you can call them. You can check out their what they have in stock, and you can go ahead and get you a bunch of organic teas and vitamins and minerals and all the good stuff that you want to try out for an awesome price. But okay, cool. You can get a little bit of xylitol. You know, again, remember I was saying in the gum, but you can go ahead and get you some xylitol and not have to worry about all that other crap in the gum.
Xylitol candies and chewing gum for
Ooh.
decades, tooth-friendly xylitol mints
Told you there is some gums out there that are good. You can just go ahead and
candies.
get those.
And most of those will work really well.
Hmm.
You just don't want to chew the gum for too long. The xylitol comes out of the gum within 2 to 5 minutes. And it's best to get the xylitol in your mouth and then get rid of the gum. Don't keep chewing and chewing.
Yeah.
And this sort of feeds into what we just talked about, because the problem with continuously chewing the gum is you've now got rid of the xylitol. It's come out of the gum, it's done its work, it's brought the good mineral dense saliva into your mouth. If you carry on chewing and chewing, you are going to start generating a different kind of saliva. It comes from the mastication, the squeezing of the gland that's in your cheeks. So, the importance of mouth resting is to give your teeth time to mineralize. Mineralize means that minerals that are in your liquids, in the saliva, in the spit in your mouth,
Mm.
simply need time to percolate, to go into the
Get in
surface of your
there.
teeth. You
Get
don't
in
need
there.
special toothpaste. You don't need anything except to give your teeth the time. If you have just had xylitol right before this period of time,
All right, so maybe even if you don't have the best gum, if the gum has some xylitol, just go ahead and get the gum. 1, 2 minutes, like she said, 5 minutes, then spit it out, and you don't have to worry about the other crap in the gum. If you can't get your hands on some on a product that doesn't have that crappy stuff in it, you can still get the xylitol and then spit out the gum. Awesome, bro. See, you need this information in your life to know how to get around these things, bro.
you will also be feeding the good bacteria in your mouth.
Yeah.
And because xylitol stimulates a flow of special saliva, and that stimulated saliva not only has more minerals in it, but it also has special immune cells that help heal your gum tissue. So this is for people as
Ooh.
well if you're struggling with gum health,
Ooh.
but particularly for people who are trying to repair or prevent cavities. Simple thing: eat, drink, and then enjoy. An hour is
Xylitol.
good. If you go longer, you get even more benefits. You get the benefits of producing nitric oxide in your mouth. And that will
Bruh.
help your heart health, your breathing,
What?
and your brain health.
What?
So I would recommend 1 to 2 hours of mouth resting, so that not only do you benefit your teeth and start preventing cavities, but you also help your cognition, how you think. You'll feel brighter,
Ooh.
you'll breathe better, and your heart will be having
Yes,
a better
that
time.
intermittent
comfortable,
fasting, boy.
Relaxed. It'll be better for your
Been
blood
doing it for
pressure.
years.
All of these
Look at this.
wonderful things occur from mouth resting. So, along with xylitol, that helps.
Yeah, damn it. Rest your damn mouth. Stop it from clacking together so much. A little bit of time and peace. And guess what? Your teeth and your mouth will be better for it. Wow.
Good salivary flow. There are the other things you can do that will make
Good
your saliva
salivary
more
flow.
mineralizing. One of them is to make sure that you have the best possible gut health. That would be taking maybe a probiotic, certainly, eating a fiber-rich
Who
diet.
takes a probiotic in the morning? Yes, sir. If you don't know about probiotics, those are one of those things that you can, you really can't go wrong on. Just don't be out there spending a whole bunch of money. That's the only thing about that. Just don't go out there spending a whole bunch of money and follow the directions. Just take the one. It says one a day. That's it. You don't need more than that. It's gonna help you out. Benefits on benefits for probiotics.
Be my recommendation, so that you're going to absorb as many minerals as possible from the foods you eat. This is another reason I think diet is so important. I recommend a lot of green leafy vegetables and salads.
What did I say?
They contain nitrates, which get absorbed through your healthy gut into your body. It circulates around your body. And an hour.
I didn't know about the nitric part, but I was just saying, eat them green vegetables, get more vegetables in your life, right?
This is what's so incredible. Your salivary glands transfer these nutrients into the gland that then transports it into your mouth.
That's crazy.
Exchange between the blood vessels.
That is crazy. You're eating
from your gut round your body, and they get picked up by.
You're eating the vegetable. You're eating the broccoli, the bell pepper, the onion. You're like, these are so good, packed with minerals and vitamins and all that good stuff. And while you're eating, it's like taking those vitamins and minerals, absorbing into the mouth, and then putting them back in your teeth as you're eating it. As you're eating the healthy stuff, it's making your teeth stronger to eat more healthy stuff. Bro, our bodies are amazing. God did such a great job. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. That is amazing. As you're eating the healthy food, it's strengthening your teeth at that very moment to keep you healthy so you can keep eating healthy food. Wow. Wow.
Glands, and then condensed, changed a little bit, concentrated, and then pumped into your mouth.
What?
So an hour after you've had a nice healthy meal, you will find that your mouth has those nutrients in your mouth, ready to do the work you want them to do. So healthy diet is important for salivary health,
Lord.
for the health of your teeth. Alongside that, we can make that exchange work even better if you exercise. Exercise, as you can imagine, is going to circulate things.
What I say? What did I say?
And exercises like yoga.
Unc ain't lying.
To me, are very interesting.
No lies told here.
So
come on.
Or with your head down, lower than your heart, so that potentially you are percolating into your salivary glands, helping them get concentrated in contact with your circulation. In other words, you're trying to put your body's circulation in good shape, in good contact with your salivary glands.
By exercising.
Nature has its own rhythm.
Don't get more
rhythm
better than that.
It's called a circadian rhythm. It has a 24-hour cycle.
Circadian
You've
rhythm.
Probably heard of it because of going to sleep at night. There's melatonin.
Again, why it's so important that you get at least 8 hours of sleep. Get your rest. Go to sleep earlier. Get that rest. All right? It's going to help out even in your tooth health, gut health, mental health, the ways that it's going to help you just because you're sleeping well. Come on. And you say you want to get more energy. You say you want to be healthier. You say you want to be smarter. You say you want to remember things better. You say you want to do all these things, yet you won't go to sleep on time. 1 hour earlier, 2 hours earlier. And yeah, I'm talking to myself too because I have a problem with that. I have to tell myself to go to bed. I go to bed, Alvin. Go to bed, Apocalypse Phoenix. Go to bed. I have to tell myself because I'll just want to sit there watching some more YouTube videos or catching another something something. And it's like, no, go to bed. There's no point in you staying up. There's no point in you staying up so that you could be tired tomorrow, so that you can have excuses tomorrow, so that you can be upset at yourself tomorrow for not getting to bed when you wanted to, like blah blah blah. Like, get your butt to bed. The benefits, the benefits. It's like night and day. You wonder how there's people out there. How are they doing what they do? How are they able to complete and get so much work done? Why do they have so much energy? It's because they make sure that they take care of themselves. Real self love, getting good sleep, eating well, healthy, exercising, not worried about, oh, my nails and my hair, self love. No, forget all that. Getting enough sleep, man. Getting disciplined, disciplining yourself so that you know the life that you live is the most beneficial for yourself. You're doing the best job you can do for yourself on this planet Earth. You can't be mad at that. You know you're taking good care of yourself on Earth when most people aren't. That's a win, baby. That's something to just like, you know, smile about and go on your day like a little more pep in your step because you're like, hey, I'm taking care of myself. I really truly love myself. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for all of this. And I'm gonna really do the things that are showing that I really love myself. And it doesn't have to do with materialism.
That's produced as the sun sets and when the sun rises, we wake
Remember
up.
circadian
There are
rhythms.
lots of things in our body that work on this clock that is a 24-hour clock. And interestingly, our salivary health or salivary content works on a same 24-hour rhythm. The
Ooh.
thing that is most important to know, I think, is that it is worst at night. In the middle of the night, your salivary content is almost nil. It's not
Ooh.
helping you. It's
Ooh.
gone to sleep, which
Ooh.
leaves your teeth in a nightmare situation if you didn't clean them or prepare them prior to going to sleep.
Ooh.
During these nighttime hours,
Who did I say about you not brushing your teeth at night? What did I? Damn! I haven't seen this video. I'm telling you. My research throughout the years, I've gotten this information little by little, little by little. I've had to piece this information together, asking questions at the dentist, taking their advice, seeing what really works, asking again, doing this, learning that, watching a video about this or that. She's put all these years of oral health into this one video. It's amazing. I love YouTube. It's why I'm addicted to it. I know I need to, pull back a little, but I love it so much. It helps me so much. There's so much information on here. I just love, getting informed, gaining knowledge. Knowledge is power. But this video right here, she's doing such a great job of explaining so many different things into the one important thing of taking care of your oral health.
dark outside,
Damn.
your teeth are struggling to survive. And that's why
So yeah, if you're one of those people that likes to stay up late, stay up late and likes to have a snack, you're not doing your teeth any good, which again is why I make sure I brush my teeth before I go to bed. Like she said, you help your teeth out. So I get that fluoride in there. I brush off all the food particles or acidic particles, the bacteria that's making the acid. I get off that sugar, get clean off my teeth, and the fluoride is on there, giving my teeth minerals back again that it's not doing, like she said, because it's went to sleep. So I'm helping my teeth out by brushing them and fluoridating them and cleaning them out so that there's nothing attacking my teeth. my teeth have time to repair themselves, and it has the stuff that's positive for my teeth to help them strengthen and reinforce themselves. So that's the importance of brushing before you go to bed, especially if you're a snacker. It seems like even if you're not snacking, just those things are just gone. So if you just went to bed, you're not helping out your teeth. You could be helping them out, and you're not if you just go to bed without brushing your teeth, even though you didn't snack. You're not giving a benefit to your teeth.
It's non-negotiable to care for your teeth in the best possible way right before
Non-negotiable.
you go to bed. And I say care
Non-negotiable.
for your teeth because it's not just brushing them. If you massage your gums, that's one thing that could get some circulation in there. But the toothpaste that you choose to use is critical. If you choose a toothpaste because you think it's going to whiten your teeth, it may be sucking the minerals out of them. And you don't want to do that right before you go to bed at night.
Pay attention. Pay attention. Listen to what she's saying. So look, you could get you two different toothpastes, one for the morning, one for the night. All right, there's always a solution, but listen to what she has to say here. This is important.
Would not advise a toothpaste with whitening. I would not advise a toothpaste with baking soda because that's going to strip away the mouth's protection. So the Miswax stick is pretty available in parts of the Middle East, in Africa, in countries where you may not be able to get any of the products that I recommend that are part of my complete mouth care system. If you live in England, there are alternatives. In Australia and New Zealand, there is a company that will distribute the products that I recommend. If you go to the video that's attached here, it'll send you to, if you don't know about my complete mouth care system, exactly what to use and how to use the products. But they will protect your teeth at night when your mouth, your...
What I say, no matter what's going on, they're always trying. They're gonna sell you something. So she has a total mouth care option and this and that, and that's awesome. People that don't know how to take care of their mouth, like I would say, watch the video, take her advice. Even if you got to pay a little something, it'll be worth it if it's not super expensive. But again, what I say, always trying to sell you something, even if it's to your benefit. So it's why it's so important that you do even the littlest bit of research before jumping into something and just believing all of the stuff they're saying. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the smartest person in the world because I started taking this little. No, give yourself time and do a little bit of research before you try anything that somebody is trying to sell you. Me, am I trying to sell you anything? Not yet. uh, but if I do, it's gonna be like some merch or something like that. If it is like a vitamin or something, I'm gonna be like, hey, it's up to you if you just want to try it. I'm not gonna make like try to lie to you about it. Be like, hey, you'll get some benefits if you for a little bit. If you want it, here it is. If you don't gotta try it. That's like my way of selling. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, like, why are you bothering me? Get out of here. But hey, I like her advice, so go ahead and get your money, girl. Nothing wrong with it. She's giving great advice. And I feel if you're doing the right thing, giving the proper advice, and it is helpful, you deserve that check.
Cannot. It doesn't have the ability to help you. Conversely, it's worth knowing that the best time for your saliva to help you is immediately after lunch. So make sure, if you possibly can, if you're fighting cavities, your ideal scenario is have a very healthy lunch with salads and greens and all these good things, beets and celery.
Yay, yay.
End with a tooth protective food, have some xylitol, and then don't eat or drink for 2 hours in the afternoon. Those afternoon salivary hours are priceless. Don't waste them sipping coffee.
That's right now.
Soda,
That's
sipping
right now.
anything. And if you're a worker who is awake at night and sleeps in the day, you can use the same principles. Think about going to work. Maybe you clean your teeth with my complete mouth care system right before you go to work. Have your meal, clean your teeth, and
Mm-hmm.
then don't eat or drink for as long as you can during the nighttime, early nighttime hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when you take a break, eat, drink, end with a tooth protective food, some xylitol, and then have your 2 hour break. And then, when you get home prior to going to sleep during the daytime, you can use the complete mouth care system right before you go to sleep. And then, while you're sleeping, you will have the benefits
Yeah.
of this
Good teeth.
daytime
Jigga, 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 jigga,
perfect
jigga.
salad
Jigga,
meal.
jigga, jigga, jigga,
So
jigga,
it
jigga.
is possible to protect your teeth. You just have to think it out, knowing that midday is the
Mm-hmm.
best and that midnight is probably the worst saliva for your teeth.
All
So
right.
if
All
you
right.
are now asking the question, what about children? I do have a video that is completely about how to look after children's teeth,
Yeah.
and we'll link to it here.
Yeah.
But quickly,
Children are going to
it's
be a
very
little more
simple.
difficult.
Just realize that cavities in baby teeth do not reverse. But children start getting adult teeth at the age of 5. So
Yeah. Them teeth are coming out anyways.
or reversing or using the same strategies should begin even in preschool children.
Yeah.
And
But yeah,
sadly,
you want to
America
start.
is so far behind in this.
You want to start even with their baby teeth, teaching them how to take care of it, so that when they get those permanent teeth, they're already well on their way to taking good care of those permanent teeth.
Usually thought baby teeth don't matter. In Europe and countries that are the first, they have the best oral health, they begin immediately, baby teeth come into the mouth using xylitol. Xylitol is the key there. They hand out xylitol in preschool during the ages of 3 and 4.
Come on,
They
America.
understand about
Come
mouth
on.
resting. They chew the gum, throw it in the trash, and then don't eat.
See, like we're so quick to fill our bodies with the crappy kind of chemicals. Why is there just like xylitol, candy, gums, just everywhere? Especially in America.
Drink for hours afterwards. So they have shown in the last 70 years in some of these countries that you can prevent cavities in children.
And like we're so focused on mental health, but we don't talk about the teeth, the oral health that plays a huge part in our mental health. Like I would say it plays up to 60%. I would say up to 60% of our mental health has to do with our mouth, and there's no correlation when it comes to mental health with taking care of our teeth, our mouth, our oral health, or our gut health when it comes to mental health. And those two things play significant parts of having good mental health. But you don't hear anything. You hear mental health, 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 blah blah blah, mental health, mental health, blah blah blah, blah, mental health, mental health, blah. Like a bunch of these kids that are like transition. Go there real quick. What do they eat? They eat crap, chicken nuggets, bunch of processed food, and then they wonder why they're depressed and they can't get out of it. Again, a lot of the doctors tell them go outside, get exercise, eat better food, and then we'll see about how you feel. But they just want no, I want that, I want it right now. Ah. Like the food that they're eating, the exercise that they're getting. Again, taking care of their mouth, of their teeth, and their gut health. They could be living totally different lives, but we're allowing them to continually eat like that and not take care of themselves. And then we're like, whoa, what are the problems? Why don't they go away? But we got to start bringing up the gut health and the oral health when it comes to the mental health. It's all together. We can't just say mental health and it's like it has nothing to do with anything else of the body. No, everything is connected. We have to look at everything. When we look at one thing, we have to look at other things that go along with it. And we're not doing it. And so we're not giving the best mental health advice that we can be giving, which is why we don't have the best mental health results out there. You know, focus on what's important. Everything.
with these very simple, inexpensive techniques.
Very
Now,
simple and inexpensive.
cleaning your child's teeth
Very
at night
simple.
is important. They have the same
But it's
problem with
simple,
salivary flow,
you
but
know,
they
the
both of them benefit from their
the
saliva.
American way, you
The
know.
problem is that cleaning
So
children's
simple. I'm just
teeth
not gonna do
is a
it.
challenge. If you can simply get them to wash their mouth, that is
Discipline.
ideal. If you can
Discipline.
get them to use, as they're old enough
You
to
eat a meal,
use
just
and
rinse your mouth out
spit,
with water
I
afterwards.
would
There you
suggest
go.
a dilute 0.05 sodium fluoride mouthwash for a child of 5, 6, 7 years old. Toothbrushing is never going to be able to clean everywhere in a child's mouth. It's more of a game to play, to make a happy attitude, and maybe clean some of the plaque
Mm,
off their teeth.
there you go.
But rinsing when they're old enough to know how to rinse and spit, very important. I would
Mm.
start doing that as soon as you feel safe. They're not going to be drinking it. Then, after they've done that, brushing for fun, the rinsing the best they can, finally, I would give a child of any age old enough to chew and eat a little bit of xylitol, either as
Xylitol.
crystals if they're real tiny, or as a mint when they start to be able to deal with a little mint. A couple of those every night as you're having a story before bed.
Mm.
As they go to sleep, they're going to be mouth resting, no more water.
Like your kid wouldn't want a candy before go. Here's a couple candies before going to bed. Junior, you know, Sally, like, no, get that out of here. It's like, and nice teeth. And you're like, well, yeah, I just have them eat these candies every night. Like, simple, 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 but do we do simple? You know what I'm saying? Again, it comes back into how disciplined you can be about yourself.
No more drinking, no more eating, no more snacking, no candies, nothing. Because then, while they're sleeping, the xylitol will be feeding the good bacteria
Boom,
in their mouth,
boom, boom,
setting them up for
boom,
a
boom.
life-threatening
Nice
infection.
teeth.
So you're an adult trying to prevent cavities. I think in this video it's made clear that it's about the mouth resting after meals and
Mouth
the period of
resting.
time, along with the nighttime care, the device
Wow.
that you use to clean your teeth, how important that is, and the use of xylitol. Now, with children,
I'm gonna go
as I
rinse my
mentioned, you
mouth
can
with
do the
some
xylitol,
milk.
you can do the night care, but what about this mouth resting? You have a toddler. They don't want to mouth rest. They want to eat continuously. Believe me, I'm a mother of 5. I have 8.5 grandchildren. So I know the difficulties. And I would suggest that you learn, again, these foods, or at least understand why we choose these tooth protective foods that have no sugar, they're not carbohydrates, and they're usually either
Ah,
salty or fatty. And you can try and find
shining.
the foods that your toddler or child would appreciate. And in those intervals between their so called meals, maybe you can provide, if your child drinks milk, that's fine. Put some, maybe you cut the milk in with some water, but it's a milky water in a bottle if they're going to be sipping in a sippy cup or have a bottle. You could also consider putting some xylitol into water. You have to actually warm the water up to dissolve the xylitol, but
Hey.
then you can chill it if your child likes cold water. And there'll be a little bit of xylitol in this liquid. And that
As they're in the
will
babies at
taste
night.
better than plain water. Often children don't want to drink just plain water. You could also use avocado, carrots, apples, fibrous foods like that. I know children don't usually like celery, but some do. And then there are nuts, if your child's old enough and likes salty peanuts or little pieces of meat. There's nothing wrong with eating some chicken or some meat, or ideally, again, little pieces of cheese. So we have quite a selection in the fruits and vegetables, the nuts, the grains, and even dairy that is safe for teeth in between these times of major food eating. Now, adults I beg you to try to not keep interrupting your mouth resting. Leave your mouth alone. And you will find, even people with dry mouth will find their mouth starts to feel so much better. Let's just try to unwind a habit you may have been in most of your life. Let these intervals be between meals where you don't eat and drink so much.
All right, that video again, that was beyond awesome. How much information was in that video that is usable. Um, I said that was like years and years of gathering information all into one video. You could watch that video over and over and make a simple plan of how to really just take care of your mouth, take care of your teeth. You know, hey, I'm gonna brush in the morning and at night. I'm gonna make sure I'm not eating, throughout the whole day. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna give my mouth time to remineralize and resalivate. And I'm gonna eat better. I'm gonna eat more leafy green vegetables, more vegetables just in general, and rinsing with water after eating. Like those things aren't hard, or you can just be like, I'm not changing anything about my diet, but after I eat, I will rinse with water. That could be a major change right there. Just that by itself. I'm not gonna change anything except I will brush in the morning and at night, and I will rinse my mouth out with water after eating anything. That huge change for your life right there. So just try to make these changes in your life. See the benefits. Again, give yourself time, a month, 3 months, so that you can really see what's going on. But chef's kiss video right there. I was kind of like iffy on this, but the whole cavity, like you can reverse a cavity, just got me. And I want to give you guys the best advice for your life that I possibly can. When I do these videos, it's all about helping you guys out. I want to give you guys advice that is going to help you guys out in ways you couldn't think of. You know, I have a lot of time on my hands. I can think of a lot of things, and I want to see, I want to give you guys different advice because there are other great channels out here, and a lot of them are giving you guys the same advice, which isn't bad advice, but a lot of the advice, it's kind of just, it's like right here. I want to add on to that advice so that we're broadening the spectrum of the information that you're getting. Like I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of information that is totally useful for your life. You you implement these things in your life. You start trying them out. You stay consistent with them. You will see benefits. You will. That's just how life goes. Consistency, 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 success. Um, so there's that video. I believe I have two more videos, one or two more videos.
Hey guys, so I'm going
Let's
to show you a
go.
way to kill millions of mosquitoes in your yard, your neighborhood, your entire surroundings that you don't have to worry about being
All right.
bitten in any.
It's getting into that summertime again. We are in May. It's May 19th, 2025. Everybody's heading out to their backyards. Everybody's having them barbecues. I felt that this was going to be very helpful for this time of the year. So let's get into this video. Again, I have not seen this video. I just caught the thumbnail, saw the first, 20, 30 seconds, whatever. And I felt, hey, this would be a good video. So let's jump into it and get this good information. I'll make something like this, and I'm gonna make something like this, put it in my backyard, and then I'll show you guys how it works out. Make a little short about it.
It includes some very unusual components such as duct tape, a 5-gallon bucket, and Crisco, which is a vegetable
Crisco,
seasoning sold in
baby.
America. So
Popping
those three
like
components,
Crisco.
part of the system, and you'll be amazed at how well this works. Now, the first part of the 3-part system, you're going to need a 5-gallon bucket with a lid.
I hope it works. Like I said, I haven't tried it. I'm gonna watch this video. Then I'm gonna go do this. Sometime tonight. I'm gonna make this, and I'm praying it works. If it works, I'm gonna let you guys know. But this guy seems like he knows what he's doing and he wants to help out too. There are a lot of people out here that just want to bring value to you. Maybe, we give you guys some free value and it's like, hey, you guys can get some product or something like that. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's, I believe, is one of the best ways to do it is to actually show people that, like, look, this is what I'm doing here. Just want to help out. And if you guys like what I have, you can get some of the product already made. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Homemade
Oh,
candle, and I made these
hey,
candles
and
last winter.
maybe this could be a little side hustle. You make these, you sell them 20, 30, 50 bucks. I don't know. We'll see what the worth could be, and if you see it works, you start making these and it's a side hustle. Always trying to
Of
bring
just
you
ordinary
value.
Crisco vegetable shortening. I'll put a link up above exactly how to build these, but they're super simple to make, and in some cases these have been shown to burn, depending on how much of the Crisco can you use, over 40 days, so they can burn for quite a while. You may only have to create maybe 2, possibly 3 of these,
Ooh.
depending on how long your summer is, and it will literally attract mosquitoes for months.
Yeah.
So this bucket is the most important part of the 3-part system. This bucket, once everything is set up, will attract mosquitoes, and you can literally kill generations of mosquitoes, which quickly add up to millions and millions of mosquitoes in your yard and even in your neighbor's yard, possibly the whole neighborhood.
Sir.
Now, the reason we've drilled the holes in the side of the bucket, we want to make it easy to access for the mosquitoes to be attracted to our system here, our CO2 emitter. So this requires no electricity,
CO2
no chemicals
emitter.
or anything
Holes.
like that.
I like that.
So what we're going to do is, now that we've got the holes drilled, what we want to do is we'll take our...
I like that. I'm going to start calling holes. Hey, that CO2 emitter right there. Put your hand through that CO2 emitter right there and grab that. Huh? What is that? What's that? A CO2 emitter. A hole. So get your CO2 emitter out of my face. It's stinking,
Candle, and I believe this has already got the lid off. We'll take our Crisco candle and put it right in the center. Now this candle is in a mason jar. I wouldn't recommend leaving, if you're going to make a Crisco candle, don't leave it in the container. A lot of those containers are no longer metal. They're actually made out of plastic, and as it burns down, it will get lighter and lighter, and it could tip over and set your bucket on fire. So make them out of mason jars, something really heavy, even if it goes all the way down, because this is going to be sitting in about 2 to 3 inches of water. We'll put this right in the center of our bucket. We're going to put in about 3, maybe 4 inches of water, and then we're going to put mosquito dunks in the water.
So it does have to be that special candle. You're not just putting Crisco in a jar and then setting it in there. You're going to have to make that candle. I'm pretty sure it's going to be simple enough. But we'll see. We'll see if he gets into it or not.
Now, these will last up to 30 days, so you may have to throw an extra dunk in there. You don't have to buy the specific brand. This is a generic brand that I bought off Amazon. I'll put links to these because they were a lot cheaper. Also, if you don't want to use the dunks, you can use more of a granular, but there's a type of bacteria in this that will kill the mosquito larvae. And when you kill one larva, you're killing future generations of mosquitoes. So when I say millions, I literally mean there could be millions of mosquitoes that will never be born because you stopped them at the breeding part. You've broken their breeding cycle. The mosquito
I love that. I can be that person, the killer of mosquitoes. What is a mosquito good for? I've asked that plenty of times. I've asked that question. I don't know. Would an ecosystem fall if mosquitoes were killed off? Like, I really don't know what the benefits of a mosquito is. I don't at all. I know birds and other animals can eat them, so it could be like some form of food for some other animals. But there's more than enough bugs that if mosquitoes were gone, the birds could eat the other bugs, and lizards and all that, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll do another video. What if mosquitoes were gone and see what happens? But as far as I know, I don't care. Like, I want to be the destroyers of millions and millions of mosquito babies. I'll take that title. The destroyer of mosquitoes. I will take that title.
Into our trap, it's attracted from the standing water, and also the CO2 that's coming out of the ports here. We want to make sure we have a top on it because we don't want this thing to fill up with rain and overflow, and any larvae that might be in here, well, it doesn't really matter if they spill out onto the ground, but we just want to make sure that the larvae have their cycle in with this mosquito bit so it breaks the cycle, so the mosquitoes keep coming in and laying their eggs, and they're attracted again because of the CO2. So just make sure that your 5-gallon bucket has a lid on it. Make sure if you build one of these candles can last, I'll try to find my lighter here somewhere, but they can last up to 40 days, even longer. If you make it out of a full-size can and put it in something like a metallic can, you're talking 40, maybe even up to 60 days. Now, the reason you want the holes drilled up high, if you drill them down low and a gust of wind comes through, it could blow it out. So as your candle is sitting a little bit lower in there, the wind can pass through without extinguishing your candle. Now, one last thing about candles. I built this candle also out of a mason jar, and I took some just vegetable oil and I put in what I call a forever wick. It's made out of plumber's felt, and it will just burn for quite a long time, but I don't think it actually lasts as long as the Crisco candle. I think the Crisco candle works better, it lasts longer, and for me it was actually cheaper to build this. So depending on what type of candle you want to build, this one actually, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a piece of copper tubing that I put in there to help it burn longer. I need to get the wick wet, that's why it went out, but if we wet the wick it will draw it up even faster. But I would opt for this type of candle over the old-fashioned I did last, I guess that was last winter, maybe December or January. But this type of candle will put out a lot of CO2 for a long time and draw those mosquitoes in looking for a meal to bite someone, and they'll decide this is where they want to lay their eggs and start that breeding process of the larva. And we're going to break it with the mosquito dogs.
Murder you.
They won't last very long in this type of system. I'll move on to the second part of our system. Now, the second part of our 3-part system is a mass repellent, not just something you put on your skin, but something, it's almost like you're putting an insect repellent on your entire yard. You're going to need a leaf blower, whether electric or gas, and you're going to need some type of pump-powered sprayer. Now, this one is actually uses a battery, and it's quite a bit easier. I'll put a link to these in the description because I've found that I'm absolutely loving these. I wash them out thoroughly after I get through with each use and use it for different things. Except for herbicides, I have so many different uses in the garden for this type of sprayer, so it works great. But I'm going to combine these two together and show you how to repel mosquitoes in a very large area very simply. Now, if you don't want to buy something this large and you want to use something quite a bit smaller, this I believe was $10 on Amazon, and you can use something like that. The most critical component is you want to make sure it's got a long hose like this coming out of the pump sprayer. This is just completely manually powered. There's no battery, and you're just going to need a long one like this so you can reach very comfortably from where you're going to be at. I'll show you how to put this together. So you're not limited to an expensive sprayer like this. You could do something as simple as this, adding it to your
Let's go.
Now, this particular sprayer is a 4-gallon sprayer. I'm only going to use about 2 gallons, but I'm going to tell you exactly what we're putting in, which is neem oil, which will kill and repel mosquitoes on contact, and also
you already see that in a bunch of mosquito repellent products already, neem oil. So he's going with the OGs. I'm already feeling again that this is going to work. I trust him. I don't know why. I just trust this guy. For real, don't know him. Don't know his channel. But you can tell pretty quick if somebody's sending you down, a river without a paddle. This guy, again, just wants to bring value. He feels like he has something that can help out a lot of people. And he's showing you how to do it, man. There's a lot of good people in this world. And there are some dummies and there's some scammers. You have to learn how to tell them apart. ASAP. Within seconds. Body language, learning how to read people's eyes, their mouth, their facial expressions, how they're leaning, how they're talking to you, the cadence of their talking, like all of these things will tell you almost instantaneous whether someone's full of crap or they have that light in their heart. And I can tell this guy has that light in his heart. He wants to help out, which is what drew me to the video, and which is why I'm showing it to you guys. He's just giving it to you straightforward. No gimmicks, no witty comments, no nothing. He's just like, hey guys, this works. Here you go. It's not always the most entertaining way to do things, which is why I'm here like, hey, look at me, so you can then look at this guy's video, get that information, use it for your life, and then like again, make some kind of side hustle, knock out these kind of buckets, and make a little make a little spray so you can be like, hey, here's the bucket, here's the spray, put this in your sprayer when you get home, spray it around. These two things, you're good. Man, you don't think people are gonna love you in the summer? Where's my candle man? Where's my mosquito candle man? Where's the destroyer of mosquitoes by the millions? I'm right here. Come get your little, come get your candle buckets. It is something that's a problem for a lot of people, and you could be the solution to that problem, and they will pay you for it. I said $20 at the beginning. I would sell this for $40. Make a video like this about like, hey, this is the new product, mosquito killer, blah, blah, blah. Show it working, and there you go. You got yourself a commercial. You set up the candle in the bucket. Put a video, a phone on it. Nowadays there's phones lying around everywhere. Record it with the phone with time lapse, showing all the mosquitoes going in, showing them going in. They're not coming out. They're just going in. And then you can, at the end, after like a day or two, you flip open the top, you go in, you show all the dead mosquitoes, time lapse, 2 days in a 30-second video or 2-minute video, but people can see that the product works. And now you're on your way to selling out, day by day. Every summer, you're just selling these mosquito killing buckets. Like that's a cool little side hustle, man. You don't have to do much, and you don't have to like, because a lot of times too, people will avoid side hustles and things like that because they're like, oh, like I'm too not me. Like I wouldn't do that. Like, brother, get over yourself. Get over yourself. But if you can't, this is one of those cool ways you can do a side hustle that's not beneath you for you jerks out there that think like that. Well, here's something that you can do. People will love you. They'll think you're awesome. They'll think you're a genius. You're selling the mosquito killing bucket candles. This guy's amazing, and there you go. Your side hustle is now taking off. But bro, this neem, we got to finish hearing these ingredients for this oil here.
This will also repel mosquitoes. Won't kill them, but the smell is so strong it will drive mosquitoes away as well as other insects. But we need about 4 to 6 tablespoons, depending on how many gallons we're using. I'm going to say about 6 tablespoons since we're going to have 2 gallons in there, 3 tablespoons per gallon, and about the same on the peppermint oil. This is going to be a really strong concoction,
Hey.
but one reason I like it so well is both of these are completely
neem
safe
oil,
and completely
peppermint
natural.
oil.
Neem oil is from the bark of the neem tree, and peppermint oil, everyone knows what peppermint is. This I bought on Amazon, and it's 100% pure. I'll put the links down in the description, but this is our 2 mass repellent things we're using. So let's get to putting this together. And the magic way we combine these is pretty simple. It's just common.
Things are cheap too. You can get them. You can definitely pay a lot for some neem oil and some peppermint oil. You definitely can. But you can also get them. You could get a good product at a very inexpensive price. So, and to keep mosquitoes away during the summer, people would be willing to pay thousands of dollars for that. And you got a solution for them just for a couple of dollars.
Something my dad and my brother always laughed about was duct tape because it has so many uses and so many people think that it's the miracle product.
Yeah.
This is really simple to put together. It just involves taping your wand to your leaf blower. Now, this is not a fogger, but although you can have someone come out to your yard and fog your yard, it's not cheap. And if you buy a professional fogger for mosquitoes, you're talking about up to $1,000. So this is something I've bought these forever and they last forever. This particular brand has been one of my favorites. It's Husqvarna, and they last for so long, and I use the heck out of it. So I would say that a Husqvarna for me is the best product as far as leaf blowers. I've got 2 acres, and I can go through power equipment extremely quickly if it's not a quality brand. So I always recommend Husqvarna. I do occasionally use Steel, but Husqvarna is my favorite. So let's attach the wand, and we'll move on to the next step.
Hey, we got ourselves a DIYer
For every
here.
gallon, it's about 3 tablespoons. So I ended up only putting 1 gallon of water in there. I just want to demonstrate this. So we're doing 3 tablespoons of neem oil.
Boom, just like that. Easy peasy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
About being a
For
good
you damn mosquito
killer once it comes in
wheezies.
contact, and also a repellent, so it does actually double duty there. The true repellent is the peppermint oil. Although it won't kill them, the smell is so strong when you spray it, it's incredible. The entire area that you spray will have such a strong smell.
Yeah,
So
and your backyard smells like peppermint.
3 and 3, 3 tablespoons of each. We're going to start up our leaf blower, and I'm going to go out to an area where a lot of mosquitoes hang out in the yard, and I'll spray that area really quickly in a quick video, and we'll show you the third part of the 3-part system that will kill and eliminate and repel millions of mosquitoes.
Yo, look at that, bro. Look at that guy. He said, you want a fogger? I got you. I got you, Foggy. And them higher weeds, you know, hard to get in there. He's obviously not going to go in there and cut all that crap. Probably plays like part of a fence or a boundary.
One thing I may have failed to mention, when you're using that type of setup, you want your sprayer set to the finest mist you can make, not a pin stream, because that will shoot either. You can adjust it to either just pin stream or a fine mist. You want the fine mist because, as you've seen in the video, it will cover a huge area, possibly 10 to 20 times what you'd cover just walking around with it. So the leaf blower makes a huge difference in dispersing the product all over a large area. So just remember, you want that fine mist. Also, I wasn't wearing a face mask. It's very calm outside today. There's no wind blowing. I would recommend, these are not highly toxic products, but you still don't want to breathe it in. So, excuse me, you want to use a face mask and some eye protection. I've got my glasses, but again, the wind wasn't blowing today, so there's no issue. So just remember, use common sense when applying it to an area. We're not dealing with toxic chemicals, but it can be an irritant to the eyes and the lungs. Now, I do enjoy going out in the forest quite a bit, and I like hiking, and I like visiting new places that are very natural. But one thing I don't like using is DEET-based products. If I have to, I will, if I haven't made up this concoction. But there's only one product on the market that the CDC and the FDA being the Food and Drug Administration of America, and the CDC being the Center for Disease Control, and both of those are American-based organizations, but they only approve one item other than DEET for mosquitoes, and that's what's in the silver box right here. It's amazing that you would think that there would be more things, but this is,
but of course, talking about the
grail when it comes to
FDA
products as far as getting rid of mosquitoes. This product I've had on my shelf for years and years and years, and I use this over the DEET products. And like I said, it's the only thing that's proven and guaranteed to work. It's lemon eucalyptus, and I think it's the best one that you can get as far as getting rid of insects is the eucalyptus. So the formula I use with the lemon eucalyptus is 1 full tablespoon. I think you could get away with a teaspoon, but some of the areas I go are heavily infested with mosquitoes. So like I said, 1 tablespoon for me. I always mix it in a dark glass bottle like this. It will last longer. The darkness will keep it from breaking down, and it'll maintain its potency. Now, as far as a carrier oil goes, you can either use witch hazel or Castile soap, which is a vegetable-based soap. I usually use about 2 tablespoons of either one of these, and then I top it off with water. Each time I use it, I always shake it and make sure it mixes well. I think that's one thing a lot of people forget to do, because the oils can float to the surface.
They're going to separate,
and what you're being sprayed from is the bottom, and it's not as concentrated. So a lot of people will say, "No, this didn't work for me at all." It's because you forgot to shake it. Always shake the bottle, turn it upside down, and make sure the oils are well mixed. I think the Castile soap helps with that more than anything. So maybe even doing a little bit of both of those, splitting that formula in half, will help it mix better. But that's the key to remember. Before you spray this on you, make sure you shake it well. Also, when you do spray it on you, want to make sure if you're spraying it around your eyes or mouth, spray it on your hands first and then pat it on. So that's the way I would do that. And then, of course, pets, you don't want to spray it around the face or eyes of a pet. It is safe around pets in small quantities. I asked my vet about that. Also, children is safe with children. Again, the face, the nose, the eyes, the mouth, you want to keep it away from there. But check with your pediatrician and your vet before doing either one of those.
Yo, this is so good, guys.
That my family doesn't have. So just remember, you want to make sure that you do your proper due diligence before you use any product that I recommend, because what might work for me may not work for you. So, guys, I hope you'll try this system. You need to remember.
When I say due diligence, do the research, give yourself time, test, try, back to the drawing board, redo, work it out until you got the right thing that works for you, as closest to what this guy is saying. But like I say, you might not live in a heavily wooded area that has that much mosquitoes, so you don't got to go that hard. But even just doing partial some of these things is going to help you out for just around your house. You have a regular house, you live in an apartment or something like that. Um, they're a nuisance more than anything. But here is a way inexpensive and effective. He told you all the little intricate details you need to know about what's going to really help keeping those mosquitoes away. I'm going to put links to all these videos in the description. So if you want to watch these videos yourself, you will find them in the description. Again, this was a great video. Um, I thought I had another video lined up, but I guess not. So we've got to the end of the videos. Um, Thank you guys for watching. How was the live? How was the live? How was the live? Yo, this information was great. I'm glad I can help you guys out. If you like the video, if you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit the join button, hit all the buttons, guys. Um, Again, I'm just here to bring you value. I love doing this. I'm a veteran, U.S. Army, 100% disabled, but I'm still out there working. I'm still workable. So I'm still out here working, doing my thing, and I love bringing you guys value. Again, I'm Apocalypse Phoenix. Hit that link tree. It'll take you to all of my links. I got music, books, uh, links to 2K Jabo, the hottest, newest artist out right now. You got to go check out his music. I got other links. I got a Visa link for you, hook you up with some credit. I got DistroKid link on there, save you some money. I'm doing it, a bunch of things, bringing you value. If you guys like it, it's there for you. If not, you can hit that like button and move on. But I really appreciate all of you guys. Much love. God bless you. Take care. I will see you in the next video. I will see you in that next live. God bless. Peace.